Are you an F1 visa student on OPT or STEM OPT considering travel outside the US? Well, in this video, you will learn the best travel tips to follow while engaged in OPT or STEM OPT. Coming right up. So I received a message from an F1 visa student who was concerned about making travel plans while on OPT, and so I figured I'd make a response video addressing some of the risks involved when you travel on OPT and how to lower or eliminate some of those risks. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about some important documents that you must have in your possession while traveling on OPT or STEM OPT. And I'm also going to talk about some higher risk scenarios that you should be concerned about while trying to travel on OPT or STEM OPT. So make sure to stick around to the end of this video to catch up with all this information. As an F1 visa student traveling on OPT or STEM OPT, these are some documents that you must have in your possession while trying to re-enter the US. You must have a valid passport, a valid US visa, an I-20 endorsed for OPT or an I-20 endorsed for STEM OPT. You want to make sure to obtain a travel signature on your I-20 from your designated school official. If you've obtained your OPT EAD card or your STEM OPT EAD card, then you want to have this in your possession. If you've applied for your OPT EAD card but have not been approved by USCIS yet, then you want to make sure to travel with your Form I-797C or the Notice of Receipt. This receipt will show that USCIS has received your application for the OPT EAD card and is in the process of processing your application. If you already have a job offer and have accepted a job offer, then it's best to travel with an employment offer letter. If you don't have a job offer, then it's best to travel with some documents showing that you're in the active job search process. For example, you might want to show documents such as invitations to job interviews or career fair registrations that you plan to attend in the future. These documents will help make the case that you're returning to the US to continue your employment or to look for employment. And finally, as an F1 visa student entering the US, it helps to travel with some evidence of financial support. This could be in the form of bank statements or pay stubs from your employer. Now, what can you expect when trying to re-enter the US on OPT? The primary documents a customs officer is going to ask you for are typically going to be your valid passport, your valid US visa, your I-20 endorsed for travel on OPT, and your employment authorization document. One thing to keep in mind if you will be traveling outside of the US while your OPT application is pending is that you should have someone who can monitor your mailbox to make sure that you're updated on any communication that you receive from USCIS. For example, if your OPT is approved and USCIS sends your EAD card to your US address, you will need to have this EAD card at the time you plan to re-enter the US. Also, you must note that if you plan to travel while your OPT application is pending, if USCIS denies your OPT application, you will not be allowed to re-enter the US on an F1 status. If you are on OPT or STEM OPT and you're considering travel outside of the US, let us know in the comment section below. So now let's talk about some higher risk scenarios that you might need to be concerned about if you plan to travel on OPT or STEM OPT. The first case is international travel while your application for STEM OPT extension is pending. If you've submitted an application for the STEM OPT extension, it is highly recommended that you do not travel until you've received your STEM OPT EAD. The second scenario is if you filed an H-1B petition. For an F1 visa student on OPT or STEM OPT who's filed an H-1B petition, it's best not to travel outside of the US until your H-1B petition has been approved and you've successfully changed your status from the F1 status to the H-1B status. The third scenario is an F1 visa student on OPT or STEM OPT who's filed for an adjustment of status from the F1 status to the green card status. And the last scenario is traveling outside of the US with an OPT EAD that's expired or soon to expire. If your OPT expires while you're outside the US, you will not be able to re-enter the US on an F1 status. Get at me in the comment section below if you have any questions about travel on OPT or STEM OPT. I hope you found this video quite informative. If you did, make sure to leave me a like and also subscribe to the channel to catch up with all the latest high-value content coming your way. For more helpful resources, check out our website at sojourningscholar.com. Thank you for watching the video and I'll catch you on the next one.